I gotta do this. Welcome to another comic news. And yeah, this is gonna be a big one because Comic-Con is out. Unfortunately, I'm not there, but whatever. Totally not pissed off. But yeah, Comic-Con's out. There's a lot of news out, so let's start with Death of the Speed Force. So, Death of the Speed Force is the big event that has been announced for the Flash comics. They've been foreshadowing this a lot in the Flash run by Josh Williamson, and I'm curious to see where this is going to go. Is this truly the end of the Speed Force? If the Speed Force is gone, what's going to happen to Barry, Wally, and Bart? Especially since, you know, I think Williamson has some big plans for Bart. What do you guys think? For me, I'm excited. Next, we have Dr. Doom, Most Wanted. Yep, it's been announced that Dr. Doom will have a whole new series where the entire world is gunning for him. Not too much has been talked about. All we know is that Dr. Doom is going to try to save the world from an artificial black hole while he's being framed for a terrorist attack. This is going to be interesting. I always enjoy Dr. Doom stories. You know, I think probably one of my favorites was the Secret Wars storyline, last Secret Wars storyline. I always found that really interesting because it really got to go into Doom's psychology and see what he would be like with godlike power and a world under his control. I know we've seen it before in several other stories, but how they handled it in there was really good, but I'm getting off tangent. I'm looking forward to this, and I am wondering how Dr. Doom and Tony Stark will be interacting now since, you know, Doom did take over Tony's mantle as Iron Man for a while, and yes, to people that didn't know, that was a thing. Go check it out. Good series called Infamous Iron Man. For me, I'm looking forward to it, and I cannot wait to see what happens, but what do you guys think? Next, from the minds of Pat Gleason, Rob Lyon, and Sean Ryan, with the art by Pete Wood, we have Red Goblin, Red Death. That's right, the Red Goblin is back. He was not a one-time thing. If you guys don't know who the Red Goblin is Norman Osborn, formerly the Green Goblin. After losing his powers from Spider-Man after the events of Superior Spider-Man, he traveled around the world, became an arms dealer, and eventually found a way to regain his powers by bonding with the current symbiote, and then, you know, injecting himself with the Goblin formula again. And it was terrifying. The Red Goblin was actually a really great concept, and I'm happy that they're doing more with it. Some fans aren't sure, though, if this is going to take place after the events of, you know, Slott's Spider-Man run, or before that, or, you know, during it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be after, since we do see Red Goblin attacking a bunch of kids, and though the time is a little weird in these Spider-Man stories, it's very clear that the storyline that first introduced him was not around Halloween. And yeah, this is going to be fun for a Halloween story, but what do you guys think? Next up, we have Scott Snyder and Charles Soules on The Undiscovered Country. The Undiscovered Country is the newest comic story that Image has announced, and yeah, this is gonna get real political. Pretty much is the story of a post-apocalyptic world where people are traveling to the mysterious land of the U.S. that was walled off years ago. Scott Snyder is a great writer. He's been doing some really amazing stuff on Justice League, and I love his Batman run. Charles Soule, like his work, especially what he's doing right now with Daredevil. And for this comic, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is definitely going to be really political, and I'm curious to see how far they're going to go with this. So yeah, keep an eye on that if you're interested. Next, Marvel has released a teaser for 2099. That's really about it. There is no word about what this teaser is going to be about. It's just a vague Marvel teaser. It could mean anything. It could be a big storyline regarding, Miguel O'Hara. It could be a big storyline regarding all of the 2099 characters. Or, hell, it could just be them deciding to end the 2099 line, since, well, Marvel has been going back and forth on whether or not they even want to keep 2099 canon or part of the multiverse. But what do you guys think? Do you want to see this story be the end of 2099? Do you think it could be a storyline that ends, Miguel O'Hara's story? Or do you think that it's just some fad that's going to, come and go? For another vague teaser, we have a sequel to Annihilation. And that's about it. We don't know what the story's about. We just know that Annihilus is involved. If you don't know what Annihilation is, Annihilation was this big cosmic event that happened at Marvel with the main villain being Annihilus. Master of the negative zone, and villain who I honestly really want to see in a future MCU film. And hell, I have a theory that the reason this is going to happen is that maybe they're trying to hype up Guardians 3, which honestly I do think might be some adaptation of Annihilation in some way. I don't know how to feel about this. Annihilation was a really interesting story, and probably one of the few Annihilus stories where they actually got to take him seriously and he got to do something really big and important. But that's about it. What do you guys think? Next, we have Spider-Verse. Now, I know you're thinking, we already did Spider-Verse. It was a really cool event story. Well, this is actually going to be a series. That's right, we're doing a Spider-Verse series focusing on Miles Morales. Miles has somehow got into the Spider-Verse and is trying to get back home. On his way, he's going to meet, obviously, a slew of different Spider-Men. This could be fun, and obviously, yes, this is an obvious cash grab for Into the Spider-Verse, and also to probably give it more hype, since it's probably going to be a while until we hear anything about a sequel. I'm still going to check it out. I love multiverse stories, and Spider-Verse has been probably one of the most fun, and heck, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get to see more Spider-Punk, who is my favorite Spider-Man of the Spider-Verse. Next up, we have Star Wars. Crap, I knew I had to eventually talk about this. Now, before I continue on, I want to make it clear, I do like the new trilogy of Star Wars films. The reason why I am not looking forward to talking about this is because whenever I even bring this up, I somehow get into some really weird fight, or I get involved in some weird toxic fan base crap. So I'm going to be real quick. Charles Soule is doing a Kylo Ren comic. It's going to be called Rise of Kylo Ren. I guess it's going to dive into his origin. I think he'll do a good job. The end. Well, in other news that I don't have to cringe, Batman Beyond might be coming back. And yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that, because right now Batman Beyond has been getting a lot of hype. We just got a new release for a special edition version of the series, and also some other news that I will talk about in a moment. So yeah, there are now rumors talking about how the show might return, and I'm looking forward to that. Again, much like with the movie, I'm curious if it will be a continuation after the events of Epilogue or be before that. I'm hoping for after Epilogue, because again, I like the idea of superheroes growing up and actually, maturing, and I want to see Terry be a father and, a husband. So, yeah, but what do you guys think? Next, we have Batman Beyond's rejected sequel to Return of the Joker. Yep, I told you there was more news. So, yeah, they announced that there was, in fact, going to be a sequel to Return of the Joker, but it was scrapped. And what was the plot? Well, oh boy. Pretty much the plot was going to be about Catwoman revealing that she was the one that created Terry. Now, I know that sounds insane, and it really is. Pretty much the elements that would later come into the episode epilogue in Justice League, talking about how Terry is actually Bruce's son, was originally going to be in this movie, but it was really clunky, and honestly, the idea that Selena would do all this is kind of nuts. I guess it would also play with the idea that maybe, they were going to have this reveal that Terry might be adopted and not actually even be biologically related to the McGinnises, and maybe Selena was his mother. Again, it was a really weird thing. It would have been cool to see Selena Kyle as, in the Batman Beyond series, since she hasn't made any appearances in there. We have a Catwoman here, but she has no real link to Selena, so yeah. But what do you guys think? Do you think this could have worked, or are you kind of happy they just scrapped this? Next, we have Brandon Routh playing both Superman and the Atom in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah, oh boy, I have no idea how they're going to make that work. But yeah, it's been announced that, his rendition of Superman will be returning for the big CW event, and that's it. I'm curious to see how this turn out, especially since they already announced that the actor who plays Superman on Supergirl will be also attending this little event. This is going to be interesting. So, what do you guys think? Holy cameo, Batman! Burt Ward has been announced to show up in Crisis on Infinite Earth as well. Yeah, this is kind of a big one. Kind of surprised they're bringing in Burt Ward for all this. It's not really confirmed who he'll be playing. My guess that he might be playing an old man version of Dick Grayson from the Adam West Batman show universe. They've done a lot with that character in the comics, and we got a little bit of that also in the animated movie starring Adam West. This will be really cool, and I think it would be a nice little tribute to the original show, since, unfortunately, Adam West passed away a few years back. And, yeah, I'm curious to see what they'll do. What do you guys think? Continuing on with the CW universe, we have heard that Jimmy Olsen will be leaving Supergirl after Season 5. And, yeah, probably for the best. I feel like Jimmy's character has kind of run its course after going through the journey of starting out as Kara's mentor / love interest to, simply being her friend and, still sometimes mentor, to then Guardian, and then, being Guardian and also getting more into, the political policies of, metahumans and aliens. So yeah, this probably is a good place to end his character. Hopefully it will be a good conclusion. They won't just kill him off unceremoniously and stuff like they did with Sarah from Arrow. But what do you guys think? Do you think they should end Jimmy's story now, or do you think that he has plenty more stories to tell? Even more stuff from DC CW, we have Batwoman. Yep, more news from the series, and it is announced Hush. Yep. In the series, Batwoman will be going toe-to-toe with the man who stole Bruce's face. And, meh. I like Hush, and I think he's an amazing villain. Hell, Heart of Hush is probably one of my favorite Batman stories. But I'm going to hold off saying anything here, because just because you have a big villain in here doesn't mean I'm going to instantly love it. I have to still see how it turns out, and for right now, this is just an announcement. I don't know who they cast for Hush. They haven't even shown clips of Hush, but I do want it to be good, and, maybe it will be. We've seen Hush kind of get more promotion on TV, first with Gotham by introducing a young Thomas Elliot, and right now Hush is going to appear in his own animated film, which is an adaptation of his first appearance, so who knows? Maybe they'll give Hush some justice, or maybe, but just gonna have to wait and see. Next on some DC TV stuff, we have Preacher. I really have nothing else to say about it, but just, it's insane. That's all I'm gonna say. It's insane. Just go watch the trailer. Okay, for the last big trailer that they've shown, or at least for now, since Comic-Con's still going on during this recording, They showed the Watchmen trailer for the HBO show, and oh man, I really want to like this, but I don't know, something about it's just not grabbing me. The cinematography looks great, and the actors, I think they're great, and honestly, how they incorporated life on Mars was really good, but I don't know, something about it is just not grabbing me. And maybe it's because Watchmen is my all-time favorite, comic, and it's just really hard to find stories that, give it justice. Again, stuff like Minutemen and Doomsday Clock have done amazing jobs on it, but then we got other stuff which sometimes just come off as really obvious freaking cash grabs, and I'm really hoping that this isn't one of them. But what do you guys think? Did you guys love the trailer? Have you seen the trailer? If you haven't, go check it out. And yeah, hopefully it's good. Next, we have DC announcing some animated films. The first being Superman Red Sun. Wait, Superman Red Sun? Wasn't that already announced? Oh, okay, it's been officially confirmed. Alright, cool. Okay, it's been officially confirmed that they're doing Red Sun, and I'm looking forward to it. I freaking loved Superman Red Sun, and if you don't know what Superman Red Sun is about, the premise is really simple. Well, it starts out simple, where Superman lands in the Soviet Union, and he is raised to, follow the ways of communism. And that's all I'm going to say there, because the rest of the story slowly becomes a train of insanity up till the very end, which I will not even, I'm not going to tell you how it goes, but yeah, if you saw the last news video where I talked about it talked about the Joker movie, yeah, you know that I find this ending just so wow. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm curious who they'll get to play Superman. I don't know if they're going to go for, the actor they have for the New 52. Well, granted, it's the DC animated movie universe, but let's face it, it's more New 52 / Rebirth. Or if they're going to go for someone different. Personally, for me, I kind of want them to go for Sam Daly. But what do you guys think? Next, we have Justice League Dark, Apocalypse Wars. Now, this one's going to be really interesting because from the title you can tell that it's going to be a Justice League Dark story, which, okay, cool. I guess they're going to continue the Justice League Dark series after the first movie, which is okay. I thought it was a pretty decent B movie. But with the title Apocalypse Wars, makes me think that we're going to get a Justice League Dark version of Darkseid Wars, which, if you don't know what that story is all about, to simply put it, Darkseid dies and the Justice League become new gods. So it makes me wonder, are we going to see some Doomsday Clock stuff happen? Because that's what Darkseid Wars kind of led to. But I'm looking forward to seeing it, and what do you guys think? And finally, we have Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Now, unlike the other two where they're based off of, storylines, Man of Tomorrow will apparently be its own story, though you might be mistaken by thinking that it's connected to the Man of Tomorrow comic series. But no, it's an original story, and I don't know whether it's going to be part of the DC animated movie universe as well, or if it's going to be its own thing. Usually with the DC animated movies, they seem to do this pattern where they'll do 2 movies that are connected and 1 movie that is out of canon. So following that logic, I guess this could be connected to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. I've really been digging what they've been doing with Superman here, especially after the awesomeness that was Death of Superman and Reign of Superman. They did a great job there, so maybe we'll see some more stuff from Rebirth popping up, since he is now starting to wear that costume. So, who knows? And that's the news. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be talking to you guys later. If you don't mind, I still got a mystery to solve.